Hello, my name is James D Lee. I am a Warner Brothers Discovery investor. Okay, and today, if you haven't been paying attention to what's going on, the stock has gone down. All of Hollywood stocks have gone down because we're in a fear of a recession forming. And I'm going to talk about some things today of what I think is going to happen if things aren't turned around. First off, when a recession happens, it's not a good thing. People will basically hunker down. That means no spending. They'll go grocery shopping, they'll do things, but they're not going to go to the movies. They're not going to take trips to vacation. They're not going to Disney World. They're not going to go anywhere. Because why? Everything got way too high. Everything's too expensive. And for months we have been saying this. For months we have been saying this. And we have an administration who has totally ignored it. We have a Fed who has totally ignored it. And it is now we're seeing the consequences. If you want to look at something like this, go back to 78, 79 when Carter was in office. I hate to say it, but it's another set of Democrats. They're doing the same policies and you get the same results. We are in trouble. It is going to get worse unless it gets better. And when you have an administration who just this weekend sent out a notice saying, oops, we made a mistake. We gave $283 million to the Taliban, a terrorist organization. You're like, what the hell kind of leadership is this? And this isn't the first time they've done this. This is the third time they've done this. So it's the least amount of money, okay, but they continually do this. I do not think this is any shape, way, or form an accident. I think it's a laundering scheme because how do you have politicians who get paid just barely under $500,000 a year in 4 years come out with $230 million in their bank accounts? Something's screwy. Something's big time screwy. And both parties should be held accountable. But right now we have an administration who, when it comes to financial qualifications and regulating things, are complete brain dead stupid. They have no idea what they're doing. And now you're seeing it. And it's not just affecting us, it is affecting the world. Stock markets around the world are crashing because of this. You have massive layoffs now in Hollywood. Massive layoffs in Hollywood. Okay? So this whole thing could have been avoided if we'd have paid attention more to it and done what we needed to correctly. But you know what? We didn't do that. No, we didn't. We continually make product that nobody wants to buy. Nobody wants to support because why? We have a social duty or some bullshit like that. It doesn't work. So you can watch the news, you can go to Fox, CNN, NHK, Sky News, whatever. You're going to get the same news. The stocks are down. They're down by 20 to 30%. Everybody right now, especially in Hollywood, is getting hammered. Every stock in Hollywood is down. Some worse than others. Okay? So let us look at this week. All Hollywood is supposed to do their quarterly numbers. Okay? If you don't know what quarterly numbers is, every quarter a company will give out what they are doing financially to their investors to look at. Now, as in the case of Warner Brothers, oh boy, we have good, we have bad, and we have the downright ugly. Now, they haven't released anything yet because I believe it's going to be, we still got 4 days, so it'll be Friday when we get it, everything, and David Zaza makes his statements. But this is what I think is going to happen. Okay? So, first off, the good, which is not much. So, number one, Warner Brothers streaming. Warner Brothers has acquired MotoGP for U.S. broadcasting, which is a huge win. That means if you love MotoGP, you all you have to do is pay for like $15 a month, and you can watch all the MotoGP you want. All the races live, back, everything. It's fantastic. Saves people a lot of money. Hats off to them like that. Number two, Cartoon Network, Boomerang, getting shut down. They were not making any money. Nobody was watching them. What has happened with the cartoons? Most cartoons now are starting to move to MeTV cartoons. Okay, this is what Cartoon Network should have done when they started. They didn't do it, but MeTV Cartoons is doing it. I actually subscribe to them. I actually watch it, so I can tell you what they're doing. And they're doing a really good job. Hats off to them for taking over everything like that and saving Warner Brothers some money. And when Warner Brothers gives them stuff like Super Friends, if you didn't know, they got acquired Super Friends. So they're going to be running Super Friends. Well, they got to pay to show those shows. So that's bringing in money that we desperately need in Warner Brothers. Because, and I'll get to the bad in just a minute, we don't have much else to talk about. Let's talk about Twisters, the movie Twisters. Okay, this is kind of unusual because this was a joint venture with Universal. So what do I mean joint venture? Twisters comes out, Universal has the rights in the United States. Globally, Warner Brothers does, which means it's a split in profit sharing. We didn't have to put a lot of money in on this movie, and we're making a killing off of this movie, which is really good and really brilliant strategy on Twisters. Now the bad. As of this quarter, movie-wise, Warner Brothers has not had any successes this quarter. Last quarter, we had Dune and Godzilla. 3 weeks apart, both of them made over $500 million. Great, wonderful, we made profit. This quarter, we tanked. What do I mean by tanking? Furiosa completely bombed. Actually cost us over $100 million. The movies that Kevin Costner did, his Western, it bombed. But luckily, most of the movie came out of his pocket, not Warner Brothers. But it was so bad that part 2 has been held up. This is where we have to, as a company, do much better. We have to make good, quality, fan wanting to see movies. We're not doing that. Now, according to James Gunn, when it comes to DC Comics and DC movies, he's going to make it where it's a full script. You know, like I said, James Gunn's got one shot at this. He's got one shot with Superman. If Superman bombs, everything's going to be destroyed at DC. If it succeeds, we'll continue on. But when we're looking at movies and TV series and stuff like now, we're not doing very good. We have House of the Dragon, which is doing good. Although I was not happy with how it ended, it was still good. It was a lot better than that garbage that Disney did with the Acolyte. Oh my God, I'd be screaming my head off if we did something that stupid. But we didn't. We're smart. We're not dumb like Disney, I think. Now, the other thing, on a good note, probably our debt's down a little bit more, which I hope it is, which another thing goes to David Zaslav and his money marketing proposals. But you get to the point where you can't cut anymore. There's the problem. We can't cut anymore. We've cut everything we could. Now we got to be smart. Now we got to be smart with what we do, what we make, what we do not make. And I don't see that happening really anytime soon. We have Beetlejuice coming out late August or September, I believe. That should do good. That should do well for us. If not, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay? So that's the bad. Now, the ugly. If you haven't seen the news, DC Comics and comic books in general, that means Marvel, Image, everybody across the board, company, their sales from last year down 73%. What in the fuck are we doing at DC Comics? Every time I do these videos, I complain about DC Comics. I have complained about DC Comics. I continually complain about DC Comics because we are screwing that up so bad. And just so you know, you have to have good comic book sales so your TV, so your movies will do good. Don't believe me? Look at Ms. Marvel. I mean, not Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, all of it together. That movie tanked harder than anything. Guess what? Captain Marvel comic book just got canceled again. Got canceled. Okay, that's just to show you what's going on. Why is the books not selling? What's going on? Is it the artwork? Is it the stories? Is it a combination of both? Maybe we need to sit down and rethink of what we're doing. Right now, there's going to be a vacuum starting up next month. What do I mean by vacuum? My Hero Academia is done. Their last issue came out Sunday. That's it. It's over. It's gone. Twin Star Exodus. They've got one, maybe two more issues, and they're done. It's over and gone. That is a combined readership of almost 1 billion people that are going to be looking for something to read. Okay? It's a golden opportunity for us to try to get some of those readers. We have to do it right. We have to put out the right books. We have to put out the right stories. And right now, we're not doing it. Jim Lee, as much as you are my favorite comic book artist of all time, and as much as I adore your artwork and I respect you more than anything as an artist, as head of DC Comics, you are completely a failure. A complete failure. If you need help, contact me. I don't mind. I will help you in a heartbeat. But you've got to turn this around. Okay? My comic book store that's just 3 miles from me, their main bread and butter right now is slabbed books and back issues. They don't look at modern release books now as a source of income. They have them there so they can get these special covers, which is garbage, which is stupid. We have to turn things around at DC Comics. We have to. If we want to have successful superhero movies, we need to have successful comic books. And we don't. That's why I said this is downright ugly. We have got to fix what's broken, turn it around, and we don't have much time to do it. Books do not need to be sitting on a shelf for 6 months. And the other thing is, stores should not have to be doing this, but they put out a list. Do you want the 1 in 100 cover? If you do, it's $200. Pay us up front. Why? Because they've got to order 100 books that they're going to sit on just to get the one special. They don't give a shit about what's inside the book. That's what's bad. Because they already know the stories suck. And most of the artwork in the books now suck. Okay? I'll bring up a book that I was really looking forward to. Witchblade from Image. Mark Silvestri's new book that was coming out. I was really looking forward to it because I was close friends with Michael Turner when the original Witchblades came out and everything like that. And I thought it was going to be fantastic. I thought it was going to be great. And it looks like shit. It looks like shit. I'll say it again. It looks like shit. I paid for the first 3 issues. That's it. I'm done. Not buying any more. Sorry, Mark. You're going to put out piss poor quality. You're going to get what I just said. Okay? Image, you're putting out piss poor quality books. You need to fix that. Okay? No wonder the independent books are selling and making millions of dollars while you guys are wondering where the fuck your money's at. We got to fix things, guys. We can't keep doing this. Another thing that is so screwed up. Why are we greenlighting shit and spending tens of millions of dollars on shit that nobody's watching? We need to fix that. We need to fix all this stuff across the board. I'm tired of seeing us lose money. Okay? I don't know what David Zaslav is going to say. I'm guessing he's going to bring up, 1, how bad we missed the mark on the movies. 2, MotoGP. And how we're moving stuff over into the streaming service so we can get more people into the streaming service. 3, our debt's down. He's probably not going to bring up DC Comics because that's the redheaded stepchild. He's probably not going to bring up that we're losing money on that. We, right now, are in a serious situation that we've got to fix. We have replaced, I think, 1/3 of our board at Warner Brothers this last quarter. I'm going to give them a year, see what they do, and then I'll be back. And I guarantee you, I'll be calling them out by name. I'll be chewing them out by name. They need to get shit done. Again, yes, I called Jim Lee out on this video because he is the head of DC Comics. Everything is at his feet. He needs to fix this. If he can't fix this, pick up the phone or go through Twitter, contact me. I will be more than happy to help you fix DC Comics. Yes, I know how to do it. Again, I've got over 30 years business management experience. I have always been successful. But you got to fix things. If you don't, they're going to outsource it and everybody at DC Comics is going to get fired. You don't believe me? Look at Boomerang. Okay? Look at Cartoon Network. Look at Ruby. Where's Ruby? Oh, it's at Viz now. I'll be honest with you. I can't wait to see if they do something like, hey, we're going to outsource to a different company, Batman, Superman, whatnot, because our people can't do it. What company wants it? I have U.S. Comics. That's right. I own U.S. Comics. I could get Batman. I could get Superman, turn them into going berserk, especially Superman. Superman's easy to turn around and make a lot of money on, but we don't do that. We're making bullshit. Quit pandering to a bunch of people who make up 1% of the entire population and don't buy our books, don't support us in any way. And ignore the fans and our people that we need to get into the movie theaters. We need to get into the comic books because right now with this economy and how bad it's crashing, people are going to pull back on their money. We have to feed them what they want. If we don't, we will have to make layoffs. And a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. This quarter was bad. All across the board, bad. Okay? Can't sugarcoat it enough. I don't know how David Zaslav is going to sugarcoat it because this was a bad quarter. If you don't believe me, look at our stock. Our stock is below $8 a share right now. The worst it's been all year. Don't believe me? Go look. We got to turn things around, guys. We got to make movies that people want to see. We got to feed the fans what they want to read in comic books. We do all this, we'll be fine. We want to play political garbage and keep losing money like we've been doing, we're going to be in deep trouble. What's going to be our choice? That's what I'm calling out about. What is going to be our choice? Because I can tell you right now what's going to happen if we choose the wrong, we're going to end up just like MGM. And I've already heard the rumor about splitting the company in two. You know what? That might be a good idea. Let one crumble in the garbage and let the other one survive. Or put people in it, both of them that know how to make the money and stuff, where they both survive. Your choice. I'm just one investor. And I'm a small investor. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not Peltz. I'm not Perlmutter. And yeah, you guys could not handle Peltz and Perlmutter if they were here pulling $7 billion out of the company. You couldn't do it. It'd ramage our company into oblivion. Luckily, it was Disney. But Disney's hurting too. Or are they hurting? You know, I wish I had more I could say positive about what's going on. But, you know, really, you can't really talk about it being positive. There's nothing positive to talk about. You fucked up with Furiosa. You fucked up with Kevin Costner's movie. We have no movies for this entire summer. Man. How to fuck a business up is all I can say. Does nobody in Hollywood have any common sense on how to run a business? Because it sure doesn't look like it. My name is James D. Lee, and I thank you for watching my video. Please comment, I'll contact you again. I'll come back and talk to you again. I don't mind. I love talking with people. If you want to reach out, do a stream, I'll talk to you. That means news. I don't care. But we got to fix things. So until next time, I'm James D Lee, Warner Brother Investor, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.